Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say it, that sounds better. You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with a deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on the inside.
Hello. What are you doing? Just making a podcast. Bet your ass cool. Welcome to the Lost Minds podcast. I'm in your fucking ears. We're here with Admir.
Yep.
Bubby Boo.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Admir's nips.
Yep.
Go.
Pierced.
Pierce nips.
Double. In a cross.
Cross-contamination.
No, cross piercing.
Cross-piercing.
I got a long one going vertically and two small ones going horizontally.
You got to see them. Where are you going to post them?
I don't know. I was posting somewhere hardcore, like Facebook.
That's a lie, dude.
Maybe MySpace.
Straight up, that's a lie.
Rate them, people. Rate them.
What, dude?
Word on the street is you can only pierce your nipple one way. You have to choose either vertical or lateral.
Well, see, I'm not a regular person, okay?
Like, my nipples are extra
That's what they
long.
used to say about
They're extra
joints.
long.
They're like pepperonis.
It's like pierced through the muscle, the meat on the side, through the areola.
It hurt a lot. No, I'm kidding. I didn't really get him pierced. It was more of an accident. I laid down to get a tattoo of a sweet cross going down the center of my chest. But then I woke up with nipple piercings in the shape of crosses. And you know what? Fuck it. I just rolled with it. I was like, you know what, dude? Life's short. He's like, sorry, man. This wasn't meant for you. It was for a biker dude. I'm like, whatever. Doesn't matter. I get confused as a badass all the time. It's been a dream of mine to get them nipped. They still hurt. They're a little sour or sore.
You tasted it?
I've tasted it. I've got one of those rock star tongues.
The juice. It's like juicy. Well, the nipple thing was, I remember we were talking about it not even that long ago, but it just was random talking about icing a nipple. It's like icy nipples.
With an ice cube?
Nipple. It was for a Banff beard oil freaking ad or whatever. We had like an alien voice, and I was just like, what is this?
Dude, you gotta love the icy nipples.
Just talking about it. I'm like, what is icy nipples?
Who doesn't like
beards?
a good iced nipple?
It's like being outside, but you're inside. And
those are
you're
like the
more.
better kind. Those are kind of fun and stuff when it's kind of something random because you remember the randomness and oh, that was a funny thing. Almost like how Geico goes, you know, it's like something totally dumb, but then all of a sudden they're talking about car insurance.
That's how they get you. That's how we get you.
Did you notice some of the commercials are starting to do those weird, wacky voices too? He's like, "What are you doing with my voices?" And he like goes all alien, and he's like promoting something. Then he comes back, he's like, "You know what? That was actually kind of cool."
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they got it from us.
And I was like, those motherfuckers are probably working with NSA, CIA, FBI,
or someone from Alabama.
probably
Like,
fucking. I'm gonna sell this to him.
No,
oh,
that's-
dude, that's where our highest viewer
yeah,
is. Huh?
that's shout out there. Roll Tide.
Alabama. But the NSA actually just barely had her statement released in the newspaper. I was checking out here. What is the Tribune now? Huh? They only have the one damn news.
I don't even know.
But their thing was saying that during the Olympics, they actually conducted surveys, like NSA surveys. So when the Olympics came in 2002 or whatever.
Salt Lake City?
2002? Yeah, to Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
It was 2002.
2K2.
Yeah, it was. Okay, yeah. So
2012.
Once they came here,
Apocalypse.
they did a lot of this test surveying and stuff. They started doing NSA surveying about that time and stuff. And so they were doing surveillance on all the people, all the phones and things like that back.
Wait, in 2002, like everybody in Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
For the
I gotta
Olympics.
check my history now. I
Well, I think you're way off the grid, dude. I remember
Yeah, I was in
being way off
elementary.
the grid. I was in
2002?
I was in
2002.
junior high.
No, dude, I was doing some weird shit back then.
That's true.
Elementary or junior high.
That's why I didn't have any friends.
Maybe 6. No, I was in 7th grade.
I was in 6th grade.
No, you were in 7th grade.
No, I'm a year younger than you.
I was in
Right,
6th
you
grade,
did, in
moving
6th
on to
grade,
7th
yeah.
grade.
Me and Admir were fucking battling. We're sticking, what was it, a metal tank.
Oh, I remember that when we blew up the entire downstairs basement.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
The power went out. My
We were
dad
fucking
came
geniuses,
downstairs.
dude. We're like, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some wire. and we're gonna wrap it around a metal tank, and then we're gonna stick the wire.
It was a science project, dude.
Yeah, it was a science project
good.
to see if the tank would glow or something.
Something
It was
dumb
so
as
dumb. And we wrap the wire around the
Turns too
tank, and we
high.
stick the wire into the fucking plug in the wall, and it just explodes.
That was pretty cool.
And Brian's like, dude, I think the lights are not working. And I'm like, I can hear the TV upstairs. Everything's still working up there. And we fucking barely made it out of there. I'm surprised we didn't die. It was like
Surprised
an
they
art.
let you do it. You're in 6th grade and shit. Like,
I think we were going to do it
You
with
know
a
it's
tank and like a
great.
potato and a light bulb. It was something dumb, but we
Yeah.
started with the
doing that
tank
shit
first.
with the debate, or like they do oranges or potatoes with the time clock and stuff. Stick the little rods in there and
I think that's when my life ended and I became a drone.
That's the day I became a man.
Yeah.
like electricity.
Instantly grew out my beard.
Yeah. Finally grew hair on my peaches.
Like I'm just a
In
battery.
6th grade, you just got a full-grown beard. What happened to you? Well, I was experimenting in the basement with a wire.
You don't know what I've seen.
It'd be intense. Really, if you see kids that would actually get the freedom to kind of do what they want.
Dude, it was like war.
It was like that kid. There was a kid that was in, I want to say in elementary or something, maybe junior high. The one that stole all those
Smoke alarms?
Smoke alarms. Took all of them so he can get the little uranium out of them and stuff to make a nuclear reactor in his freaking backyard or whatever. How old was that kid?
16, I think.
16? Oh, that's kind of a little bit older, but still, that's intense for someone that young, you know.
It's fucking gangsters, what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm going to be the fucking ruler of this neighborhood. Make a uranium bomb. Just fucking...
Think of some kid maybe in like 5th or 6th grade, say you become, if they let everyone be mad scientists, he's like making flubber and shit, you know.
Well, there's that one kid that figured out how to get rid of nuclear
Wizardry
waste.
shit.
Did you hear about him? He came up with a theory for...
No, I never hear any good news. It's always bad news on the news.
Well, it's because that's all you listen to.
I know, it's like always headline is like something to get you grabbed.
And plus, dude, you got to see the positive in things. All right?
Oh, that's just 6 million less people on Earth.
I'm just like, oh, look at that. More free land. I mean, you just got to look at the positives in everything, dude. In everything. It's not too soon.
Like, it was just like, I don't know, old news. It was like last week.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, dude, huge landslide in California that cut off half of California from the other half. Just look at it now. There's more jobs. Boom.
They don't look, they need a little time apart, you know? They're getting a little too friendly.
Fucking crazy, dude.
But yeah, sorry, anyways.
What were you saying?
No, you.
Me.
Icy Nips?
No,
Oh.
no, Icy Nibs.
No?
That's a good name. I think that was going to be my online name. Icy
No,
Nips.
Icy Nibs. The fuck were we talking about?
Oh, flubber.
Yeah,
Mad
flubber.
scientist.
Crazy kids?
Like, with the kid with uranium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was you.
You said something about, like, getting rid of nuclear
I'm trying to help
waste.
you remember, not me.
Right?
Wait, you're trying to help me remember.
I cut you off like an asshole, yeah, and you were saying
Oh,
something.
I'm used to that shit, but no. It was you. You're the one who
No.
forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, but because it was to help you remember you were going to say something, and I forgot what it was.
No, I was talking about...
I was going to try and help you remember, but then I forgot what it was, and I was like, I need help remembering what we were talking about so I can help remember.
I think, Brian?
I'll tell you what, though. Go to Sonic, get yourself a fucking bag of ice, put on your nips.
Have you ever taken an ice bath? Like, fill up your tub with ice
no,
cubes?
I've never done that. I've wanted to. I just do cold showers.
It's hard, dude.
Fuck
That
cold
shit's
showers.
nice.
Cold showers are a pain in the butt.
You just got to practice
'Cause
your
it's like-
breathing.
no,
That's all it is.
There's no breathing.
Yeah.
It's like getting stabbed with a million
Nah,
little needles in the freaking
You got
eyeballs.
hair in your peaches or what?
No.
It's hard, dude. Do you do ice baths? Do you do it?
I've done ice baths, and I think ice baths are easier than ice showers.
I feel like the shower's easier.
Are you fucking
Way
kidding me, dude?
easier.
Ice shower is like a constant, like, you're cold here, and then, like, you're warm over here, and then you go to move, and then now you're freezing in your little warm area, usually, like, under your armpits, and then the cold area starts to heat up, and then you got to shift again because the water's getting too cold. But when you're in an ice bath, your whole body is constantly, like, at war with, and on all fronts. There's no sending heat to one area or another. It's just everybody's
It's hard
fucking
getting
fighting.
in, though. For once you get in, then it's okay to be in, because then you're...
In the tub?
But yeah, for me, getting in's the hard part for the bathroom. Oh, yeah.
For me, getting
barely
in is the
touching
easy part.
Usually you sit in butt first, so like my balls will like touch. 'Cause I'm like, oh, freaking! I was
Yeah.
trying to do it one time.
like a hot
freaking
tub.
Aubrey was like,
Watching you?
just get in there. She's like, go, and I was just like, it's cold, and I'm like standing there, like, I get in there a little bit more. She's like, lay all the way down, and I'm like, it's fucking cold.
Was she watching you butt naked?
She's
getting
like,
in?
oh,
Yeah.
there is such thing as shrinkage.
She was documenting it. She was like,
Here's like a turtle.
The stories, they're true.
I wish there was shrinkage. It's already just shrunk.
Brooks like,
No,
it's like frostbite.
That's what I was like saying
permanently
too. I'm like,
frozen.
this shit is hard because I just took I only took the same amount of ice that was in the freezer, the little ice maker that it has in the fridge. So I pulled that out, poured it in there and stuff, and so it was pretty icy because I had only poured only ice. Because we take an ice shower, I'm like, this shit is freaking cold. But when I got in there, I just couldn't even getting in. I was like, oh my god, it took me forever. Then finally I was in there, just like, oh shit. And then I was gonna try and do like 5, 15, and just like 5, 10, 15, just try and count that out. Damn, I was like counting down just to 5 minutes. I'm like,
the way I did it
I was just like, damn.
is I got some of my favorite music tracks that I like listening to that I've got memorized. Like Britney Spears,
Ba Wada
Ooh,
Ba.
Baby Baby, just stuff like that, right? Backstreet Boys,
Ba,
stuff
ba,
that I,
ba.
Madonna, Lucky Star.
And what I would do is I get those tracks ready, and they're usually about 9 minutes long, because that's about max you're supposed to stay
Put it
in
on
a
fucking
freezing.
loop.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's different tracks.
Oh.
And what I do is I usually go to the grocery store and I get the 10-pound bags. I get 2 of them, and I fill up the tub maybe a quarter of the way up with water, and then dump the 20 pounds of ice in there. Right, so there's a shit ton of ice in there, but there's also some water. Then what you want to do is you want to get some salt. No, I'm kidding. You don't want to get some salt because then that would give you
You can do
frostbite.
that, dude, if you did.
No, that'll drop you
ice?
way below zero. You can't go that far. And
Take it to the next level.
and then I just get in there, just dive in, dude. Like your life depends on. I dive in there like a penguin. You want to get in there. You want to get
You'll
the
hit
job done.
first.
Smash your face, then you just
Well,
get knocked out for a second.
Well, if you want to talk, depends on what head you're talking about. But yeah, go in
That's
head
hard.
first, on the toes, and
Do you go hold
I just
your whole
stand
head
it-
underwater or just to your shoulders?
to my chin, like my
Jaw.
jaw to my ears. Like I don't let my whole face go under because I have to control my breathing. But then all I do is concentrate on the lyrics, and then once the song ends, I know it's time to get out. And I'm not really
What
even paying.
track is it? Do you listen to?
I can't tell you my tracks. I've already I've
Freaking
given you.
DJ thing. It's like just singing along.
Smash.
in the fucking water. I was like, what the fuck is going on in that bathroom? Just hearing random noises.
It's
Every
some German music.
fucking tunes. Eins, fine.
Fucking ICP, huh?
I know, huh? What is a German juggalo? The craziest of them. You see? I don't even know what they'd be like. What is a German accent in English? 9.
If an island, welcome to the Steinland. I don't even know,
That's
dude.
pretty close. That's good.
Du hast
Smash.
what are magnets?
They are magic with the wizards from Islander.
What is
You
it?
know how they go, dude. I just know that song is so garbage. No,
Platform 9 5/8 or whatever. the fuck it is.
a couple of them are Johnny Cash tracks. A couple of them are from. Honestly, don't even know. It's been a while since I've done it.
Wait, so it's 3 songs in
Yeah.
9 minutes?
They're about
Not one
three
long.
3 minutes long or
Okay.
something like that, and then it just ends.
So you're doing one whole one.
No, it's three. It's like 3 different songs, and then they end, and then the alarm goes off on my phone. It's like beep 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 beep, and that kind of cancels out the music. Then I know it's time to get out. The best part about it is when you get out, everything is super warm because it's like no matter where you are, it's way warmer than where you were before. So that you're just standing in the bathroom and it's warm. You know what I mean? Usually when you get out of the shower, it's freezing. You're just like, oh shit, I gotta get dried off real quick and gotta get some clothes on. But when you get out of the freezing ice and then you're standing there, you're like, dude, it's so warm compared to where I was just at.
Just walking fucking balls naked.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
First part, I feel like,
That's
is
good.
like it's so hard to move after. I feel like,
I think it's easier to move after.
I feel like for me, I'm like fucking stiff. I'm like,
For me, it's easier, and like everything else feels super cuddly because like I could just like wrap up in a blanket and just lay there, and it just feels so good because your body's like,
yeah, this is so warm.
your body's like pulls an alarm. We're freezing, everybody, fucking to the front line.
This is a different place than before. This is
You know, it's nice though. 20 pounds of ice.
Icy nips. That's
Icy
why we call
nips,
you that, dude.
Yeah,
There it
Brought
is.
us to the icy nips.
they call me perma-nips sometimes because I got permanent nips.
Permanent nipples.
RT.
Mine disappear from time to time.
I ever tell you guys about the story when we were stuck in an office and the only way out was to cut through the glass and nobody had a diamond tip, so we just had to use my nips to get
Edmund's
out.
like, I'll get out. He like just gets right on the windowsill, puts his hand there, and does a complete perfect cartwheel slow mo.
Yep.
Completely all the way around, puts his foot back down, pulls off. Both nipples cut perfect simultaneously by there. Just so that it breaks a hole where Admiral can climb through and then be able to like reach his hand in and be like, come on, and help the people through still, you know?
Yep.
It's like...
I got the Medal of Heroism for that.
But I gave it back to the city because I'm not about medals or awards.
Yeah, I'm not
Just about doing the right thing.
Everybody wanted to know how we got out, but
It's like
superhero
really,
doesn't reveal his
let's bring it
identity.
back, dude. We wish it was something about the nipples. Really, it was, he's got a diamond-plated tip. Just does a cartwheel. It's like... It was funny, I made a joke like that today at work and stuff like that, because I had those drinking coffee, and they're like, oh, we didn't get coffee and stuff. I'm like, you got to get coffee. I'm like, I have coffee first thing is what I do. Like, sometimes I get coffee before I even take a piss in the morning. It's like, sometimes my morning wood, it's like, it's like freaking deep, because it's awake before I am ready to go. I'm not ready to go. I'm thinking of my other head. It's like, coffee. And you're just like, I could feel it pulling blood from my head brain, you know? I'm like, oh shit, gotta grind me up some beans. Get going, I'm like, oh shit, dude. Then take a sip of coffee, and then I'll be like, dude, I gotta take a piss, dude.
Now that I'm awake,
and then I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Why am I standing up? Why is coffee being made? I go sleepwalking.
It's actually pretty damn good.
Dude, at least you could get up and make coffee. I'm just like, oh, I'll wait for the last second to get up and get in the truck.
No, I've been good getting up. I get up pretty easily, and now I've been just getting up. Sometimes if I get up, like, I don't know, half an hour, maybe an hour before my alarm or something goes off, I'll just get up.
You sound like an old man.
Yeah. No, you really have to, huh?
Yeah, just to get
No, you
up,
don't.
dude.
Because if you go back to
yeah.
bed, you get even more tired.
Who gives a shit?
Sometimes for me, I'm just,
Even more. And then
Eat
you
a Snickers, dude.
You wake up at like fucking...
It's cool to shake it up,
10:30.
too.
Who wakes up at 10:30?
No, like if you go back to bed and you go to work at like 7 or whenever you go back to work, you finally start waking up at like 10, you know?
Yeah, it's true for me. Because if I like wake up on a weekend, sometimes I find I have a better weekend. I like to sleep in and stuff if I don't mind. I know I'm going to spend more hours of the night compared to the day the next day, then I enjoy. But sometimes, you know, like if I go back to sleep and then I wake up at like 6, I won't wake up again until freaking noon, probably. You know, I'll sleep again. And so I always find it just better to just get up and I'll just do something random. Sometimes if it's like an hour before, half hour before.
Could you
like 2 hours
explain what you
before.
mean by sleep? Because I don't do it.
Dude, I lay down and I sometimes won't even move for like 6 hours. I'll be in the same position, and then like I'll wake up from night. I was like fucking
Like
I
you
was
were in
dead,
cryostasis or
dude. Yeah, I'll
something?
move and it'll be like rigor
Not
mortis
even
setting,
breathing?
dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my shoulders are all sore, you know, from like being in the same position.
Good morning.
I'm like, holy
Rick and Mortis?
dude,
Rick and
my
Mortis.
neck, because like I would seriously like lay down and I'll have like sometimes like I'll put my arm over my face or something. And then I'll wake up and it'll be there still. And I'm like, oh my God, my shoulder feels like it's like I can't move it. I'm like, oh my God. So I like move my body. I'm like, I gotta like stretch.
You think that's
I'll
bad?
sleep hard, dude. And it feels like this. And it'll be like, yeah, seriously, 6 hours. Then there's like, what the fuck?
Don't you think that's bad that you don't move around in your sleep?
Yeah, but sometimes I have like that kind of sleep. But sometimes I'll move around too much where it's like, you know, waking up and stuff. But I feel like that is bad. It is good to roll around just so that you don't, you know, do those kind of things. Cause like damage to your shoulder and stuff.
What about, damn, dude, my brain fucking took a shit again.
That's why you
Yeah,
got to
when
get
that
some of that
happens.
sleep we've been
Get some of that
talking
alpha
about.
brain, dude.
Oh, I was going to say,
Yes,
what Alpha? What?
Oh, he's like, see, get some of that
Dude,
sleep we're talking about, dude.
I think that's
Sleep
what
like
I
that
think
for
that's
6
what
hours.
just happened, dude.
Get quality,
But for like 2
fuck that.
seconds.
Get quality sleep for like, you know, 6 hours. where you
It was
don't
like I
move.
blinked and I couldn't remember what happened for the last minute. Is that what sleep is? But no, I was going to say maybe it's your bed. You should probably get a nice new mattress.
I can see that. It's an older mattress.
Get yourself a Casper mattress, man. That's
I've
what
always
who
been
we're
like that.
sponsored by.
Because I'll sleep good, like, and especially like towards the end of the night. Usually when I'm like a kid, when I stop, I'll drop. Like, so I can go. I'll lay down, so I usually pass out, and sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you pass out on my couch all the time, dude.
Yeah, dude. I like
Yeah, you
passing
fall
out.
asleep like an old man.
Sometimes
You're just sitting there watching TV.
Gets in his pickup truck, falls asleep.
What?
Wakes up a couple hours later in traffic.
I just had the weirdest dream.
Dude, you're moving pictures.
You know you're driving?
Moving pictures. Fucking
This is
idiot.
my chair. And when I sit in it, sometimes I go to my special place.
I was watching head movies.
Yeah. These talkies? These are talkies. No. Sometimes, dude, oh man, I'll fall asleep in the randomest places. Yeah, like driving down I-8. And I'll wake up like driving on top of another car. Like,
You'll wake up and just be like, "What, officer?
yeah, that's funny.
What do you mean? It was a small bus."
I mean, it's like, no, it was a small child. You thought it was a bus. It's a child.
Last time I remember, it was a green light.
Before I fell asleep, that son of a bitch was green. All right.
That's funny.
That's true.
Dude.
I wish I could actually fall asleep. Actually, no, I shouldn't say I wish I could fall asleep driving, but I guess I can. If I'm a passenger, I
could possibly in the near future.
I probably could.
Man,
With
you
the
got the sleep
For me,
automatic cars
sometimes,
and shit.
because like even, that's why I wish, sometimes I wish I could fall asleep driving, because if I just sometimes take a drive to, or if we're at Aubrey's parents and stuff, we just come back from being like just in Bountiful sometimes.
you're talking if a Tesla's driving you.
Here, or if even from here, if I leave from here to go to my house and then I get there, for some reason I'll start driving and I'll get like, zzz, like into driving mode where I'm like strung out. So like when I get home, sometimes after a little bit longer of a drive, I like wanting to be able to fall asleep for like a whole like hour and a half. I'm like, I gotta like chill out or something.
Have you
I don't
ever
know what it
completely
is.
like not remembered the drive after getting to a destination? Like after an hour and a half driving, you get there and you're like, "How the when?" Like I don't even remember any of it.
Yeah, dude, that's hypnosis.
It's got, I call
I
it
could
the
see
road
that, maybe
hypnosis.
sometimes
Hypnotizes
on the
you.
same road, like same sometimes in the morning time on the same path.
Yeah,
So like mainly to work, the morning routine. It's like, oh man,
it's just so boring. Your brain just kind of goes into autopilot and drives you to work. Then you get there and you just pull out the Peacemaker. You look at it. You're like, man, I could really just chew on this. And then you
never happened.
It's like, I can't believe he went all the way driving to work. Just take his own life
In the parking lot.
in the parking
People
lot.
do that shit. Like people do that at our school when we were at Granger. And it's like bad. You feel bad, You're just like, damn.
Dude, I'm just like, dude, Darwinism, bro.
Well, it goes to those what ifs. If you could be like, oh, sorry, but I mean, you can't. I don't know. Stop people from doing what they want. Unfortunately.
See, like, this is where I see, like, people should apologize. Is if I got, like, a concrete ball and I painted it to be like a soccer ball and I told you to kick it and you kicked it and broke your foot. That's not funny because I just fucked up your foot purposely.
Kinda, it's like a good prank. You're like, ha,
It was pretty
got
funny.
him.
But if you go ahead and do something to yourself that's stupid, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really apologize to you because you're the idiot who did it to yourself.
That's true.
Edmund just like lets him kick the ball. He's like, ha, that was worth it. He's like throws off like, I don't know, starts throwing some cash off a wad stack of money. He's like, go ahead and fix yourself. Maybe buy you something real nice, huh?
Like, go to a poor country with a bunch of money. Watch
I brought a bunch of soccer balls.
I brought a truck full of soccer balls. Everyone's like,
yeah, we're gonna be shooting them out of this cannon.
just
You
people
probably make it
breaking their
work if you
feet.
do it with like the way to catch a thief. Like, I'm gonna see if I can catch a thief. Put the ball down and think someone's gonna run up and kick it or steal it. And like,
There's a bunch of those videos of
you're
like,
ha, sucker.
I don't know if they're real or not, but where they do it with bicycles. They set up like a bicycle in a shady part of town.
Love those, dude.
And they like tie them to a tree, and the person grabs it and they start riding down the hill, and then all of a sudden the cord stops them, and they go flying off the bike. There's one,
I can't believe how much people try and steal bikes.
dude. Bikes are fucking expensive.
Yeah, some
Think
of them
about
is
it; they're like
crazy.
cars, but you don't have to.
You know
fucking
what's even
put
more
gas in 'em.
expensive? Your time. So instead of walking somewhere, grab this bike that's sitting here.
Exactly. You're just
Get
borrowing
I
it.
can see that.
Yeah,
You'll bring it back someday.
eventually.
Who knows?
They don't need it. Not as much as I need it.
What's this rope? Who the fuck ties the fucking bike to the fence?
Straight up like Starsky and Hutch thief, Like, I need this bike.
It's like-
Fighting crime and shit.
What fucking asshole
oh.
ties a perfectly good bike to this bench?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm just practicing picking locks. So it just so happened to find your bike.
Just so happens your bike's tied to the lock that I'm picking.
Well, it's kind of good to. Oh, I seen how easy locks were to pick once, and then I started reading the book, the 100 Deadliest Skills. Mm-hmm. Dude, most of those locks, you can just freaking do it with a little thin piece of aluminum. Just
Yeah, soda
Stick
can.
it down on the side. Yeah, just
Cut it in the right pattern, you're good.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I remember the first time I broke one of those number locks where they've got like the bunch of different serial numbers running down the side of them. It's like 4 different numbers, but it's like a 1 through 9, and there's like a little spinning combination, and all you do is like you pull on the lock, so there's tension between the latch and the lock itself, and then you just keep spinning the numbers till they get stuck because they fall in their lock position. You open them up.
Well, you just pull on it a little bit?
Yeah, you just pull on it, give it tension, and then you spin the different combinations.
There you have it, folks. Go fucking steal some bikes.
Bike thief over here.
Send us pictures on Instagram of your bikes that you got and the lock that you
with your
hacked.
picture
Yep.
and address.
It'd be cool to have a lock that's like a puzzle lock. You know, you see those boxes where you slide the pieces of wood like a bunch of times in a combination, and then you can open it up. Do that in a piece of metal. They're like... So someone that steals a bike, you're like...
What if someone's chasing you, dude?
There's someone's over there playing a game. Dude,
Imagine if you're being chased by that mafia and you got to get your bike unlocked and you're just like...
If you're in with the
"Fuck."
mafia, you got to have remote start on your bike, dude. Be like... Ba-doop. Lock freaking like...
Lock just drops off.
Pops, like, wraps up on your bike and stuff.
What is
Bike
this,
like
some
moves up.
frickin'-
Like,
If you could fucking
Run,
afford that
Jamie.
lock, just get a car, dude.
I know.
Just
Well, if you're
buy
in
a car.
Amsterdam, it's impractical. They're like...
The streets are small there. You have to have something agile.
Heelys.
Tripping over each freaking
Heelys
canal.
is probably the way to go. If I was in like the FBI or something, NSA, I'd have Heelys. Because what happens if a perp starts running from you?
Fucking riding in Heelys, dude.
Catch up to him, tackle him real quick. Everyone's like, "How'd you catch up to him?" It was like you were
He
gliding.
turned around and decided to fight him because he's like, "Who fucking wears fucking Heelys, dude? I'm running from no one in Heelys, dude." Turns around, he's like, "You better fucking fight me."
And that's where you don't stop. You let your momentum be your power. Okay, you want to be like water. Okay,
I remember
You
like,
get the
after
water.
that time, I learned how to sleep very well. I always had a really good time sleeping. Put me to sleep.
Yeah, it was that one punch.
Dude, he's like,
The one
"Oh."
punch.
Me down.
And he's like, I always remember his last words. He's like, "Fuck Heelys."
They replay in my mind.
No, Heelys is big. I remember there was RB grinders and soaps and shit. The ones that had like the little plates
Oh,
on
I
your
remember
foot. So you
soaps.
could
And then they had the
grind
ones with
on 'em.
the sparks. Remember
Yeah,
those?
and like, so you could like jump on.
Never
the
got them. I never could afford them.
I
I don't-
don't. Ones
yeah,
that
I don't
folded all the
remember
way
none of
out,
that
and there
shit.
was 2 of them. They pop all the way out, and it was 2, and basically like rollerblades.
Dude, I was so far behind the curve when I was a little kid. Like, I remember everyone was playing Xboxes, and I was still stuck on the Nintendo 64. Everyone's like, "Did you see this new game?" I'm like, "What? Conker's Bad Fur Day?" No, that came out like 6 years ago, dude. Grand Theft Auto. Check this game out. It'll blow your mind.
That was on PlayStation.
It was on Xbox.
He's like, "Let me teach you." Well, I was actually thinking about that because I remember you were asking like if you could make it a game or whatever, how would you make it or whatever? Like if you could design a game, and I couldn't even think about it. I was even trying to think about it like in the parking lot, but I had no ideas or no games. But what I thought would be kind of a cool idea for a game would be if Steam made a game. Maybe it was like the platform when you logged in, that it was maybe like a giant RPO or RPG game where you might be set in, I don't know, you could be space or whatever. And you go through some thing, and then you stop at the training facility and stuff where you'd enter your area, and it would be like Call of Duty or Counter Strike. You know, all of a sudden now you're playing Counter Strike because that was kind of where you entered, but you have some kind of like, I guess, life outside of it.
Are you talking about
And then-
Second Life?
Kind of, and then you get out, and then you're like running around, you know, and so you're doing your RPG game where you can go do whatever, and you
They already kind of have that, though, dude.
really.
Kind of. Like,
Where all the games are connected, so then you can go say you wanted to play a game of sports, you'd go play the rocket game or the RC
so,
game.
and you can
cruising
just see a
around.
bunch of random people, right?
Kind of, and then you get out, yeah, and then your moniker, I guess, would walk kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about like a video game lobby connecting
Yeah,
to other
basically.
video
Yeah,
games.
kind of, and the lobby itself is a game.
What?
And
What do you
make
do in the
game up.
lobby game?
It's RPG. You slowly make stats and stuff so that, and then when you get your badges and whatever from the game,
Oh, they could probably sell a lot of games doing that.
you would talk to each
Huh.
other, and you'd have the thing, and then you'd
Dude.
have you could trade your dumb shit, you know.
Just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and come up with a genius idea like this.
Dude, see, I don't know much about video games. So I was trying to think of them. Like, well, I mean, a lot of games I actually don't
No,
play
it
are
makes
fun.
sense. It makes sense.
I don't know video game.
But it'd just be a lot easier to just,
exit off to your desktop and open up
Or
another
even
game.
if it was like Harvest Moon, you're farming and stuff.
You can't change your mind now, dude. You've gone down that rabbit hole.
That was like your idea, you live in
Everyone's going to know you as the worst game developer this side of the Mississippi.
I feel like it would be a good way to connect all the games and stuff like that, and people would like bribe each other to come play. And maybe you could use it as a way to even incorporate like Bitcoining and stuff in between each game. So people would buy the shit off of them. Buy their attributes. Maybe, if someone could earn all that bullshit in Call of Duty, the silver gun,
Look, bro,
sell it to some noob who
I'm
wants some
basically
money for triple the
a
price.
semi-pro gamer. Okay?
No, you're not.
I'm up there. If there was a league...
Do you suck dick to play games?
No.
Okay, maybe you're semi-pro then.
I'm semi-pro. Like, I'm not pro. I'm not good. But I'm semi.
He's like, but I do work.
But I do work.
It pays 40.
It pays pretty good. My idea for a video game.
Uh-oh.
Imagine this. Okay, you ready for this? It's about to fucking blow your mind.
Kinda.
Right after these short commercial break. Just
I
kidding.
got another idea already. I just thought of a good one.
What? Let's hear it. I honestly don't have one because everything I've thought of is just impossible.
Really? I thought it'd be cool if they made like another even RPG game similar to those escape games where there's all kinds of stuff going on. Even I don't know. I kind of like the idea of RPG games. But
I do too. I wish they. The only bad thing is all their RPG games are garbage, and they all always revert to buying in-game items with real money to make your character better than a person who doesn't spend any money on the game.
Well, that's the
which
thing.
I don't like.
Well, the thing is, you can make or spend a whole bunch of money on this humongous RPG game, and people only buy it once. So how the fuck are you going to continue to make money on it?
Yeah, while they continue playing.
While they keep playing and playing and playing and playing. So of course you have to do that. Yeah. But it's also cool because a lot of people won't have that shiny jacket you just bought.
Yeah, I like the idea of the membership.
It's not jackets,
though. RuneScape, how they let you get those new ones, you could buy those new things, but everyone had that,
That game did it really well.
The more you played, the better you were. So some people would have bots playing for them or something, but you'd have to just to keep up,
I think that game did it real well where it divided up the non-members into the members. So, let's say you didn't want to pay a single dollar. Mm-hmm. Me and you could still play together. You'd have the same experience as me, except I'd have more things to do than you would. There was literally a gate, like a wall, and it would be like we'd both walk up to the wall, and I would be allowed to go past the gate, but you wouldn't because you're not a Prime member. So it'd be like you'd click on the door and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't enter this content. If you'd like to, you could subscribe for $10 a month."
Damn, that's racist, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's good though because
they literally built a wall in that game.
You can still buy and trade even member stuff. Remember that? But you couldn't
use it,
which I thought was kind of cool because if you had to go to some certain task or skill to make it, and I really liked the way that was set up because it was for that, and then you could even go. People could try their chance against fighting you and stuff. Oh, try and find member. I want to try you with this, that.
I think if they remade that game, or if another company went off the same basics of that game and made it newer with better graphics, higher quality, everything looked nice, that would be a good game style. Because it allowed you to do tons of things. You can go cook, fish, murder people. You can go
do whatever.
You can be a blacksmith, whatever. I think if they made an RPG that was better and maybe even more in depth, where there was no in-game recipes. Let's say people wanted to learn how to do stuff, there was no guides to it. If you wanted to make an iron sword, there's no guide to it. If there was a wiki for it, other people had to make the wiki for it. So one guy's like, "Oh, I figured out how to make an iron ore, but I'm only getting 85% purity in my iron ore." And well, how'd you get 85%? I'm only getting 50% purity, And he's like, "Well, I used this ingredient, that ingredient to make it." I think that would be great to the point where nobody would actually know how to make 100% until years down the road. And that's what makes games interesting is where you're playing a game that it's not on Wikipedia. Those are the games I like, where you can't go on Wikipedia and be like, "How do I get the end game content?" You know what I mean? If you Google that, it tells you on most every game. Diablo 3, for instance, the easiest thing. If you buy Diablo 3 right now, you get on Diablo 3. Oh, I want to be a barbarian. Okay, let's go to Google. Diablo 3 best build for a barbarian. boom, it'll pop up. You want to get this, and that, and this is how you get it. Makes the game boring. You're just grinding. But imagine playing a game where nobody knew how to do anything. And everything was super complex. Like if you wanted to make an iron bar, you had to use a piece of iron. You had to use some sand. You had to use this. You had to use that.
Well, that'd be cool because then if the game was like that, you have the possibility to like build a school and then charge people to come to the school and you teach them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You teach them how to make 25% pure iron ores, and then they go out and do that, and you're making money off of it. And when you know how to make 50%
you'd make a
pure.
profession out of it in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the real question. Say this game was a form of virtual reality glasses we strapped on your face.
Okay.
And you started playing it, but while we're at it, we've also wanted to try some new things in beta where there's different gloved hand versions and stuff where you get to feel movement, touch. Feel.
I like the way
we
this
got
is
the
going.
headphones, of course, by Dre Beats already, so
All
you
right.
know the sound's indistinguishable from real life.
Okay. I like this.
At what point do you think we'd design an RPG game that would be maybe similar to like this, how you're saying right now with real life, where we don't know how to play the role, we don't know how we would do this. You know, we have to go to the wiki. You know, I made this, I made that. Instead of actually doing, posting on a wiki in the real life, in the game, we're just going to form a place of how do you learn this? It profits me in like almost like life. I will show you kung fu if you come to my dojo, and stuff like that. And I mean, I guess that was just a random side thought. Do you think AI? Do you think the world? It's like the Matrix.
I think it will. It'll eventually get to that point.
Would you play a game similar to the game you're playing now? Almost.
That would be cool. Yes. Maybe.
They're kind of doing it with like online schools, right?
I think
like
the only
Sims
thing.
and shit,
I think the only thing about the game though is that you don't get tired, and you don't get bored.
You don't have to eat.
You don't have to eat.
In the Sims, you do. To be part of the game.
That's true. In a lot of games, like even in DayZ,
they
you have
give you
to eat.
a form
Sims, you just have to follow the pattern, right?
In DayZ, you have to eat. You have to keep your character fed and hydrated.
But you're also
in
not.
The Sims, you have to pee often. You have to eat often. You can do whenever.
That's true.
You can do it whenever, but that's why I always wonder if like a supercomputer type stuff. But I mean,
I was thinking about what games to come up with, and I couldn't think of any. But I thought of like how they're just barely coming out with that one shooting game for like PSVR.
What?
what's PSVR?
PlayStation Virtual Reality.
Oh shit!
Never
So
heard
they
of it.
have
they're doing.
they have
virtual
like
reality.
the goggles, and then they have the machine gun.
In that platform where you run on?
No, it's not like that. It's just like where you stand in the middle
That's
of your living room.
badass. So it's like a badass version of Duck Hunter. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
but it's
put
like
the gun right on the
aliens and
screen.
shit, and they're like coming at you, and you have to shoot them or whatever.
Right.
But I was thinking like, all right, everybody gets like Call of Duty, and you have the PSVR on. Then you go and you buy the bulletproof vest, so when you feel someone shooting at you, you kind of feel it. Pop, 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 pop. That would be
Okay.
cool.
You're standing on your Wii Fit, basically, a square. Just
No, they have those platforms. Did you see those
Well,
platforms?
yeah, they have those platforms, but you never feel it. So that'd be cool
That's
to
true.
like feel someone stabbing you in the back.
I've watched the...
Not like hard, but
It's like, which goes through your chest. You just die in your living room, bleeding out.
a little zap or something where you make someone, I don't know, do a few push-ups. You're like, fuck.
There's the...
dude, you wouldn't be running and gunning.
There's
you'd be
that's
you'd be
true.
peeking
There'd be a
around
lot more
fucking
campers. But it's like the true thing in real life where they interviewed the soldiers that came back from like World War I and World War II that they didn't like to bayonet the enemy. Like no matter how close they got, they'd rather shoot them at point blank than bayonet them. There's just something about stabbing a person close range that is just too eerie to do it. So I think even in a game, I think people might not do it because they would know that you feel it and they would know the feeling
There's
of
only
being
one way to
shanked.
find out, man.
I don't know. I just know people
I don't know. I feel
refuse
like
to do it in
Viking
real
me
life.
would come out and be like, fucking just start swinging. Like people in World War I started swinging shovels and shit. Like fucking, you'd probably go back to that animal mindset,
Dude,
basically,
I read something that the Vikings used to do back in the day to people they'd capture. It was called the eagle wings.
Nice.
And what they would do is they'd hold the person down and they'd get a knife and they'd cut down the back of their back, down their vertebrae, and they'd peel their skin back. Then they'd break the rib cage and then they'd take their lungs out of their back and then they'd pour salt on it so the lungs would inflate and it would look like eagle's wings out of their backs.
Were they dead or alive?
Alive.
How long would they live for? Would they be able to get it out with him alive still?
I don't know. It says that most of the time people were still alive. But
There's only one way to find out.
It was harsh back in the day. I remember even hearing...
It's a hard life, dude.
Well, with the Romans, when they were fighting, I can't even remember who, but they pretty much captured majority of the entire army and stuff like that and strung them the entire distance between the city and their city of Rome. Mm-hmm. Crucified every single one of them. The whole way along. And it was the worst way where they strapped them with ropes.
Caesar.
Yeah, they strapped them with ropes, and then they were paying people to murder them, like anything they could do to kill them, because they were just going to be left there to be picked at by birds, or so they'd have kids like jump on them to like dislocate their shoulders so they get choked to death, and like they would have the worst way of crucifying because they were praying for people to stab them to bleed to death, and then you hear this story everyone talks about, the crucifixion of Jesus and all this stuff, but.
The 9,000 people that died before him.
Yeah, he got the most humane way to be crucified. You get the points of puncture where you're going to be bleeded out. You have the people that come up to you that respect you without having to charge you, because people would be like, most of the time they'd put the coins on them and say, you could take my coins, which was bad because they thought they would get less of the opportunity to go to heaven, I guess, type of stuff.
Coins on the eye.
Yeah, and so they'd pull the coins out of their sack. They'd offer those ones in order to be killed faster sometimes,
Wait, who'd pay them?
The people that were hanging from the thing.
How did they have the money on them? Weren't they put up there naked?
Suppose that's what I heard. I thought they were up there just with. They had the opportunity. They would pay some of them, so the kids would stone them or like choke them.
Well, wasn't it bad luck to kill someone and not respect them in that?
I don't know. They left them all hanging for the most part. But a lot of them never. They left them there alive, so they would be picked at, or they'd left it.
That would help your conscience though to know. Oh well, I put some coins on his eye. I stabbed him in the face 50 times, but. He's got a couple coins.
But if you think with the Roman soldiers, they went up and everyone went up and just started kind of stabbing Jesus. Kind of unfortunate. It was like, oh, they all killed him and stuff. But like, they went up there to kind of, prevent the suffering. So it was like putting down.
That's
an
why there's
animal,
the picture of the Roman with the spear, right, stabbing him in the stomach.
Yeah, and really that guy was being kind of himself a martyr. Standing up like, no, we have to go up and.
So you're saying he's a hero.
In a sense, that's what it sounds like, because he's like helping him instead of suffering him.
I mean, in the same scheme of things, if you believe that theory or that the idea, why wouldn't you want him to be in heaven per se? If that was a thing, why wouldn't you be saying something like?
I bet they're homies, dude. If Jesus is real, I bet him and that Roman dude are homies.
Yeah, we got.
I'm just gonna laugh when it's just some fucking asshole who's like, "I'm gonna go stab the guy."
Hey, watch me stab this dude.
Watch this.
Fucking look at that.
Take my picture.
Shit, we're talking like
now everybody sees him.
Oh, we're talking like it happened. No, dude, I'm telling. What if they did have cameras back then? Did you hear about that Roman fucking ancient machine they found? With like gears and shit?
For real?
Yeah, it's like a little compact clock with like gears. They found on a Roman ship in the ocean.
Like wood or stone or something?
What year?
It's like iron. It's ancient. It's called like something. Just Google it, dude.
Sounds familiar.
Roman gear clock.
Did it make pictures or videos or something?
I don't know. Don't know what.
Really
but they also had those fucking Middle Eastern batteries and shit.
Oh, I've seen that. I believe those are weird where they have the fossils of a different type of like battery.
Batteries, and then there's that fucking 50,000-year-old hammer they found fossilized. They were digging for coal and they found a hammer in the stone.
Same place.
Yeah, and it's like, how
the
fuck shit. Do you? Yeah, it's like, how the fuck is there a hammer? A hammer turned into a fossil, basically. Like it's got the hammer handle and the hammer head still intact, but it's like fossilized in a stone, like the hammer in the stone, basically.
That's pretty cool.
And they're like, oh, the way it happened was just a piece of wood got lodged in there, and then, just over time, iron got formed into the shape of a hammerhead. It's like, whatever. Ancient aliens, real. The ice wall, real. Dome, real.
Flat Earth,
real.
All right.
It's only real because it's in the VR version.
Why do they say
we're in the Matrix, dude? That's the only thing that's real.
All four corners of the Earth. Why do they say that? Because it's flat. Okay.
Why do they say
if the Earth didn't have corners, it'd be a sphere. Why do they say do all four corners?
or around the world in 30. Where is it? Around the world in 70
30 days. Yeah.
Around the
Chitty bang bang.
world, around
I want to
the
travel
world.
around the world. I would love to freaking.
That's a fucking figure of speech.
Hey,
I want
same
to
with-
travel around Salt Lake. Doesn't mean Salt Lake
That's
is a
the
ball.
same thing with to all four corners.
No,
Yeah,
all
it's a
four
figure of
corners,
speech.
dude.
'Cause
If
when
I
they
say let's say we're on a football field, right? And I'm like, I want to go to all four corners of the football field. I could physically go to all four corners of the football field. But if I say I want to walk around the football field, I can't literally walk into a circle around the football field.
yeah,
You can.
No, I can't walk towards one. I can't walk towards one goalpost and then end up walking from the other end of the goalpost because it's not a.
This what
it's not
brings up a
fucking round ball.
paradox with why the Earth is actually round. Because in that same way, because I can't send my running back straight behind me and have him run all the way behind and go completely around and score a goal. Because it's a flat
Okay.
surface.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same with a plane. If I send you north, you can go all the way north until you hit the North Pole, and then once you start passing that, then you start heading to the South Pole. So now you're going north-south. So when I send you east or I send you west, how long do you keep flying until you come to a point
Okay,
where it's
so
that fourth corner?
okay, so let me just tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't listen to a fucking
You
single thing you said.
Yeah. You circle that motherfucker.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You would fly west. There's no west
Look,
pole.
I'm
there's
walking
no
out of
east
this
pole.
conference.
Listen.
I'm walking out of this conference.
Listen.
It's over. You're
Listen.
wrong.
Climate.
Conference is bullshit.
But look, let me
Someone just turned down the temperature.
prove to you how the world is round. Okay, you get a guy.
Because the moon's
You get a
round.
guy in the south tip,
else in the world is
in the
round.
southern tip of
Jupiter's round.
South America. You get a guy in the southern tip of Africa, and you get a guy in Australia, and you have all of them look south. What do they see?
Each other. It's the truth.
Actually, yeah.
They see each other.
You got
They
good.
see the same thing.
Australians would see people in
Binoculars.
South Africa.
If the world was flat and you put them in those exact same spots, they'd all see something different.
Is Australia on the same side of the coin or on the other side of the coin
What?
of the flat Earth? Is Australia on the bottom half of the coin or the top
It's they're all on the bottom, but they're all looking away.
half? Because why when you flush the toilet in Australia, the water ends to go counterclockwise?
Because you want to know why?
Compared to
You want to know
when
why?
flush the toilet on the other hemisphere.
You want to know the facts?
It goes
You want me to drop the
that-
facts
it goes
on you
that
right
way.
now?
Drop them.
Air raid alarm, dude. Give it to me.
Because if you flip up a magnet and it goes the other way,
This is why. Incoming air raid, dude. Okay, Australia was a prison for the British people. Okay? And when they sent them there, they're like, you're not civilized enough to go right way round. So you're going to go wrong way around everywhere you go. So when they design their toilets, they design their toilets to flush the wrong way around.
Did they have indigenous cultures there before they put prisoners there?
The aliens.
I see
Ancient.
this. Yeah, and they also put the toilet paper roll the wrong way.
Yep.
Yeah, they're still finding tribes in Africa or in Australia, dude. They have so much unclaimed area.
Well, it's the size of the U.S. with the population of California.
All the prisoners made the cities, but they're still like freaking
Do you
all
think?
kinds of aborigines.
Do you think there's a governor in Australia being like, "We're going to build a wall to keep the savages out"?
Probably. There's got to be one.
There's gotta be one, right?
Just one Trump over there.
He's like, just think about it. There's lions out there. There's lions, right? Who cares? There's kangaroos. They're basically lions, except they eat grass.
Because they have no predators. They have like big ass boar. Like, oh, they took all these crazy
no predators,
ass, like,
my ass. You see that fucking kangaroo? The buff
punches
one?
them.
Fucking Chuck Norris,
Dude.
Oh,
basically.
they're like chicken.
No, the
dude.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson fucking kangaroo, dude. Have you seen that thing?
That's a predator.
Yes.
It
that
was
one,
punching
it's all
coconuts.
Yeah, but it's
Was
like,
it coconuts? There's the coconuts there, right?
Punching people.
Punching people,
it's
dude.
in, a res-
in their
reserve
coconuts.
or whatever. I mean, the worst things really are probably the poisonous, like snakes and spiders and shit. But dude,
Dude,
for the
fuck
most
spiders,
part,
dude. You ever just
They
step
brought
on one?
no. They have like a bunch of.
They ever just squish one right between your
They have like
toes?
wildebeest or what are they called?
A snail?
Some kind of water buffalo
Both.
over there. That they just goes crazy, and they have deer over there that just like fuck like crazy, and they even have like squads.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have squads where they pay people to come kill these animals because
Suicide
there's no
squads.
predators. You know, they just go crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the British people, when they also brought over the prisoners, they brought over big game so they could hunt them for a trophy later.
I heard that one movie. It was based off of Australia. The one where there's one day a year where everyone goes and like murders each other. What was that movie called?
The Purge.
The Purge. I heard like that was based off of Australia because they have a purge in Australia where one day a year everybody gets their guns and they go and just murder all the animals. They just murder everything.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Shooting a koala. He's like, bitch.
If you didn't want it, you would have hid, bitch.
That's
no,
my
I'm
eucalyptus.
kidding, no. But that was pretty convincing, though, right?
Intense though, dude. People remember when they started that planking thing was going on. All the Australians were planking and fucking dying, like falling off buildings and shit, planking because they were, and they started to hoot.
Plank is life, bro.
They started hooting or howling. What was it called? Howling or hooting? Where they'd hide in
Hooting
a
and
tree.
hollering.
When someone would come by, they'd be in a tree, and then somebody would go, "Hoo." And then people look around and they got him. So that was called hooting or howling or whatever. That's how you got the gargoyle. Remember we gargoyled?
Yeah. Gargoyled? What? Where the? How the? What?
Yeah, you'd stand on a ledge when someone come around, and you just pretend like you're a stone monster, like your hands are up, your mouth's open.
Wow.
They just walk by and they just see you standing there. You gargoyle them, dude.
This is why I wish I get abducted by aliens. Oh,
You
know,
did get abducted by aliens, dude. You think I'm a real person?
fuck.
I'm a fucking figment of your imagination.
You're just on a spaceship right now with people
I'll touch you in the private
in the
parts.
tra-la-la. What the fuck? Oh my god!
Touch you in the
Why do we gotta ruin it? Why do we gotta ruin it? That's not even the right
Okay,
one.
fine. I'll put it back down. Brian was touching it, so maybe you want to.
What was he touching?
Yeah.
Your knob?
Touching
Slap
Brick's
on the
knobs.
knob.
Oh my god, dude! Here he goes. Nope, he didn't mess with it. Surprised.
Just admit it. You're stuck in the Matrix, dude.
I
the
wish
most
I was stuck
plausible
in the
theory.
Matrix, dude. I
feel like
really
that's
wish I was.
The most plausible
Fuck
theory.
that, dude. That shit looks dirty.
What, in the Matrix?
Yeah.
How does it look dirty?
Just you wake up and you got ooze on you and
Oh,
shit.
you're talking. That's the real world, not the Matrix. The Matrix is like the perfect cyber world.
That's even worse.
How's
It
that?
looks boring.
If you could use your mind to like hack things, you could just hack strippers in this room right now.
Yeah, but there's only like 6 people that
Why
are
do you
doing
think
it,
everything
right?
tastes like chicken, dude?
Yeah.
Everybody else is
Have
just
you ever
fucking
eaten tuna?
It's simple.
Why is it called chicken of the sea?
Jessica Simpson.
Have you ever caught a fresh squirrel in your backyard and just sacrificially
I like squirrels.
taking care of it, and then you were eating it, and you're like, this tastes just like chicken?
I have never eaten a squirrel before.
Have you ever found a rat in a rat trap and been like, you know what, this probably tastes like chicken, and then confirmed it?
Yes.
I
Have you ever ate a rabbit?
Have you
Yes.
ever ate a rabbit? It tastes just like
You think it
rabbit
tastes like
chicken.
No. Tastes like
Like-
rabbit.
I feel like it does. It tastes really like a light meat, more lamby, but like more like it reminds me of chicken.
You know the weirdest part though is I went to Siberia 3 years ago where they had the mummified fucking mammoths. I tried mummified mammoth, and guess what?
Bullshit.
Chicken,
Shut the fuck up.
just
Bullshit,
like chicken.
dude.
I'm serious. They get like I watched them dig it out, and the guy's like, "We cannot tell anybody about this. Do not tell nobody." Okay, and I was like, "That's fine. Let me try it." He's
Just
like,
give me the backstrap and I'm
he's like,
good.
You do not want to eat raw. I was like, shut up. He's like, there are very many parasites we do not know about. I fucking kicked
Delivered
him.
a-
I kicked
a
him into the
backhand.
ice cube where we just removed.
No, don't cut out the main part. He's like, if I give you this, you have to fuck me. And he's like, and there's like, basically, right as he said that, he's basically eating it and fucking at the same time.
No, I kicked him into the ice
I don't know
cube,
what tasted like chicken. Something did.
which
Yeah,
is
I'm like,
strange.
damn, dude.
Everything tastes like
Yeah, he
chicken.
went over there, he fucked everything that was moving and freaking ate a piece of a fucking fossilized
Mammoth. Look, it's just weird. I'm just telling you.
Well, say they can, you know how they're recreating now, they can make fake meat and stuff in a lab or fake food in a lab. If they made that, now
Why
they're
does it
kind of
taste like
cloning.
chicken?
Well, say they clone the mammoth and they make a piece of mammoth meat.
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat it?
Yeah.
I'd try it if they made a chemical, I guess not a chemical version, but like a lab version
Mm-hmm.
of a maybe chemically stem cell type grown version of it, cloned.
Right. Like
I'd try it.
delicious meat.
But it's not legit, though.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Kind of off legit, but
Not
I mean,
really.
it's more legit than you'll get. You know,
It's like off-brand Kellogg's Fruit Loops or
It's
something.
like
It'd be
super
the same
savers.
process.
Like,
It'd
it's
be
fucking close.
McDonald's
It's
and,
close
you
as
know,
fuck, but it's
McDonald's
not. It's
burger
not
compared
Fruit
to
Loops.
freaking a Five Guys burger. Not the same. Love Five Guys.
You want to hear another theory?
Let's hear it.
All right. This is how you know the Earth is flat. Take a big ball, put it down. Does it roll? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Not fast. If the Earth was round, it'd roll really fast because it's a ball, dude. Think about it.
Wouldn't.
Yeah, it would. Two balls rolling next to each other. That's what they do.
But like, say if you were to pick up a tennis ball or say a rubber bouncing ball and stuff like that, and you were to bounce around, feel it, and feel the texture of it.
Okay.
That's the same texture that the Earth would have if you were to pick the Earth up in that size of ball. If you grabbed Earth right there, the same size of a bouncy ball, you wouldn't feel the ridges and everything that we feel. And
Well, why not?
Because
it doesn't
it's so
have
damn
ridges.
small. It's so far in there. It would be like so far zoomed in.
Okay, let's take a basketball and you put a golf ball on it. What happens to the golf ball?
It stays.
It rolls right off, just like your ball would roll
It
off.
wouldn't be like that.
Look,
That
dude.
ball would be like if you fucking wadded up Australia and fucking started rolling around the planet. Then that would be maybe similar to the golf ball.
Now, if you crush a piece of paper, that's what it would be like. All the ridges. Exactly.
There'd be nothing
That's why
like
it's
that.
not going to roll.
Yep,
Flat Earth.
that's flat.
Unproven.
Why is the moon shaped like...
Dude, Brick, there's more than
round-
50% of us in this room are green. You should just agree with this because that's what humans do. It's a pack mentality.
If everybody's doing it.
You better do it too. Better.
No way, I have a voice, I have an opinion.
Nobody has an opinion.
I'll
Welcome to
find
America, dude.
some college to take up my act, and they will come together and be like, you know what? Fuck yeah, man. Fucking, they'll probably accuse Brian of being racist.
The fucking darkest
Like,
guy in the room.
yeah.
He's a
Brian,
racist.
You hate Mexican and all the culture that has to go along with anything that has to do with anything other than white people. And then
That's true,
and I'll be
folks.
like, get them, sick them, because it'll probably be some.
And then I'll
college that
jump in
no
front
one's
of
heard
him and I'll be like, you can't do this. And they're
You
gonna
can't
be like,
do this, and then everybody will follow me to one end of the earth, and then it will start to flip.
Yep.
And then everybody will
Yeah,
be
it's
like,
like,
oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, he was right. And we'll all slide off.
And he'll be like, come with me if you want to live. And he'll
There'll
be
be a
right on the
helicopter
cuff,
waiting
right on
for
the
us.
edge.
Yep.
So Brian, right when he jumps up, he'll do his arms will be spread out and he'll just do like a little hop backwards. Right as the coin makes
Assassin's
press
Creed.
over the flip.
I
Yeah,
got
it's like,
this.
He's on to the new side.
Yeah.
Just like that. And all the people that were with him, you know, if not, they're like,
no,
And then
dude,
just watch him fall off
gravity's
like
fake.
I
300.
know I'm gonna have a helicopter,
shit.
and it's gonna be like Noah's Ark. It's gonna be like the only person in the world that actually had a working helicopter.
Then in the future, they will write about it. Noah's helicopter.
Noah's.
There's one programmer that can design the matrix systems that you can plug yourself in.
Dude,
He's
I-
like, it's real life.
Was it you that said that? You're like, what about all the other people in their boats? Like, how come they
Yeah,
didn't survive?
it's like that's a Joe Rogan joke or someone's thing, but it's so funny, yeah, because it's like, but all the extra stuff, everyone's was retarded. Like,
It's like he was the only guy with a boat. What about everybody else's boats? They didn't work.
dude, especially there's people. I remember with the Samoan, Polynesian tribes like that, Tongan and stuff like that. They were such good sea navigators. They would be able to, once they were going pretty far out, so when they were finding those crazy islands and stuff, they would just lay in the water and they'd kind of lay in the water between their two boats and just freaking be there laying there butt ass naked.
Hell yeah.
And they'd be able to sense the way the current was kind of moving, so they could pick up the oceanic currents and stuff just from like their testicles being in the water, like in their chest and stuff. Like
Just hanging deep down.
hanging.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like because they get
Stick's pointing this way, let's go.
They understand it like Ufamala, and that's how they found like Easter Island and shit. These guys would navigate crazy distances. They'd look at the stars and shit. Like these guys were
Some fucking big dicks,
crazy
dude.
motherfuckers.
He's
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I feel the bottom of the floor. Dude, he's right over the Marianas Trench. I can feel it.
Dude, Polynesian people are like, they're like a different breed. They have like, if you want to say like the big
Whoa.
bone, they're like big bone, dude, for
Whoa,
sure.
dude.
No, dude, they're like, dude, it's so crazy. They're like the gentle giants because they're so friendly, so nice, so like.
Yeah, I
happy
love
and
my
stuff.
homies.
And then all of a sudden they're like, they could like smash so many people, and they're just like, hey, what's up? Like their culture, like everything. So everyone's so friendly, like on an island style life, They have, they don't know. Maybe it's easier because it's hot and shit, so it's easier for them. They have this lifestyle. It's all nice. Except for coming to people over here and living in the mountains, Viking people.
I think that's
Piece
why.
of shit.
I think that's why like Viking people, like white people, are so crazy because they came from that system of just brutality,
Yeah, dude.
where it's like you grow up and it's like,
And
oh,
inbreeding.
you little bitch can't handle the cold weather. Fuck you then. And your parents fucking leave you outside, and then
You get
you
all these sicknesses because you have no immune system and you can't handle this. Fucking get the black plague, you fucking,
I survived it 2 times. and then you fucking go out sick and you kill a bear and you fucking come back and you murder your dad because he was the chief, and then now you become the chief.
I want to be king, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then you're like, I want more because I haven't had enough. Then you kill your neighboring town, and then you get all their soldiers, and then you go to the next town, and so forth. And then next thing you know, you're like, we'll call ourselves the Vikings, even though we're really the Danes. And then
It's that greed, huh? That
Yep.
human greed that, like...
and it's like, we will build boats, and then we'll go over there, and you see that house on the other side, we'll steal their shit. And then you do that.
It's weird that the human
Sounds
mind
like a
almost
bunch of pissed off
justifies some
teenagers,
shit,
you know?
It's
I'm not
true,
going to
it
fucking
is.
work for it. That guy has it. Let's go take it.
Yep.
There's
I know,
more
it's
of
so
us.
true.
Let's do it.
Why
And then
him? Why not me?
And then you get a king, and he builds big boats.
You earned it? How
And then you
about
go, hey, king, if you buy me a boat and you give me men, I will find you more gold. And then you sail and you find South America, and you find a bunch of indigenous people who don't know who you are, except you're a white man. And they've been foretold of a white man returning, Quetzalcoatl. And so they are nice to you, but you're too scared of them because you're fucking ignorant as fuck. So then you panic and you start murdering everybody,
Yeah,
and they're
scare
running away
tactics.
from you because they think you're a god. Then you go back to your hometown and you're like, we can speak them, teach them Spanish. Then you go back and with more boats, and then you just completely wipe out an entire civilization.
more men, more of this, and you're already tired as that point as a ruler. You know, yeah, these peasants are quite exhausting. They're always fighting about the same thing, grape land and whatnot. How so? These people, they have talks of gold and this what is this? A cocoa? A choco?
No, didn't they have, what's the blue rock?
So what'd they bring back? I mean, they
No,
probably
that
brought,
was
like, all the spices,
Indians.
dude.
Opal.
No, there was some stuff in South America too. The green rocks.
Turquoise? Is it turquoise stuff? That
No, that's Native Americans. The
stuff's badass.
Which one are you talking about?
In the Aztecs, they had those, like, the green rock.
Not jade. That was
The jade's like from
that was like,
Asia.
That was like that was like.
They had something in
miners.
South America where they made like little like people and stuff out of it.
That was the thing. They were so bored with pretty much
Amethyst.
the lifestyle they had, and they would see all that. That's why I was so intriguing. All this stuff they had. Oh, you know, I'm gonna take all your stuff. Like I'm gonna take all these type of things, and all the people that were there, those indigenous cultures, because they were even talking about that stuff when they were trying to get people to like come trade with them and do stuff. Sometimes they just take weapons or things and they just set them out, and then everyone would just come and be like staring at it and take it, and then want another one to just appear, you know, because they had no way to identify it. And then they'd just swoop in, you know, hey, you want some of these, you want some of that, and just trade for, you know, everything.
Well, now
they
who's
had.
really smarter, the indigenous people or the people who left the axe there? Because the indigenous people must know that, hey, whoever left this here is going to most likely come back.
I think they just thought it appeared, and then they're like, hey, I want someone to summon one of these. I want one of the gods to summon me one more, you know. So everyone was kind of hanging out. I want to get summoned.
Yeah, whoever started the interaction is definitely has the upper hand.
That's true.
Because then you could be like, well, they'll trade for this. How much could we get out of them? You know?
Oh, yeah, especially if you had a directed idea too. You know, I want all the furs, or whatever it might be. You know, I want everything.
Sell them a bunch of guns with no bullets.
The strange thing, though, is in
That's a
the
good trade.
Aztec fucking text, the reason they were so nice to the white dudes that came was because in their text it foretold that a person would come on
An
a
outsider
floating,
or whatever.
an outsider from the east would come on a floating like vessel, and they would be a white person, and that was foretold in their text. And then when Cortez or whoever the fuck came there.
Columbus too, the first time.
Yeah, like they were
Came
white
to
people,
conquer. He
and
wouldn't
they
even
showed
go
up,
to
and they're just like,
explore.
holy shit. Like, imagine if in 2012 something did happen. Like, pandemonium would break out.
What if something did happen?
But we just don't know about
Or we're
it?
just on the different...
Time scale or something. We
Yeah.
don't understand it.
That would be weird. That's
You know,
probably why...
different, like reality.
How many people even remember 2012 perfectly? I bet you
I
don't
don't remember 1 second. I was 22
some
years
of it.
old. No,
What?
nothing.
Nope. Nobody does, dude. It's
Oh,
'cause
shit.
It didn't happen.
Everybody's
Yeah.
thinking about it.
That's the new conspiracy.
Nobody was
2012
born in
actually-
2012, actually.
We actually skipped that year. It was the leap year, so we skipped that one. That would have been our added one, but we had to. You know,
I think that's when the sun blinked. Just black out and get it back on.
I hope it doesn't blink.
Why not?
That'd be horrible. All of a sudden the sun just ends.
It just goes black.
It's
It's
the
still
end of the
there.
world.
Like the mass of the sun is still there. It's just
Even
black.
for 1 second, if it were to turn off.
Would freeze, I imagine.
No way. 1
1
second?
second of no heat.
1
from the
second.
earth.
The earth still it retains heat. That's why the ground is hot.
With that moisture and that cold and no sun, I bet it would just freeze like ice.
I don't think it would be
No.
that fast.
Think how it does.
Because what
during
about
the day,
nighttime,
dude?
right?
Heat would have to it takes a long time for heat to dissipate.
Or if you see, we have those winter storms in Utah, and it's been green for a little bit, and then all of a sudden we get a storm. All the branches freeze, break.
Yeah, but that takes all day. 1 second, though, the light would be back in a second.
Dude, it would seem like that in like real scheme of planetary time, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a theory. Could be true.
You're like,
I don't know, dude.
you're like a
I'm
doomsday
not a
prepper.
scientist, though. I wish I was. I wish I had that knowledge. I guess, I don't know if I had...
Nothing
Well-
would happen because at nighttime there's no sun. And
Yeah,
the
but
dark
we're
side of the earth
definitely
doesn't
getting
freeze.
something
We're
from
getting heat from the reflection.
the
of the moon.
reflection.
Well, the moon is its own different
Yeah, but
light
sometimes
source,
the moon isn't
mini
even
sun.
out, right?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
'Cause, like,
Raphael?
huh?
A no moon night.
A no moon night. That's true.
But I see what you're saying, though, dude. I know what you mean.
'Cause there's those-
it's still kicking, even though it's like it's cool. It's still like
Have you ever had those summer nights where the day was so hot that even at nighttime it's still hot?
Yeah.
Like you're walking around outside, you're like, dude, it's fucking hot.
Yeah, Death Valley 2012. I
Yep.
remember that.
I was over there jumping out of.
Oh, dude, have you guys ever seen the moving rocks in Death Valley?
Yeah.
Moving rocks.
The rocks that move by themselves.
That's off of fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, dude.
No, it's real life.
I know.
It's like
So
it's a real life place you can go and you could see like rocks. They carve paths where they walk.
You know
They're
why?
called the
Where's this
walking
at?
rocks.
It's because the
It's in
Earth
Utah.
moves in a circular way, so the
No.
gravity pulls especially right there,
I figured it out.
and it moves it.
I figured it out.
What is it, little people?
It's small people.
moving it
And they're
up, fucking
dragging
with
it.
people.
Heave. Let's go.
Where's it at? You say?
I think it's in Death Valley.
Would you be down to go to there?
No, isn't it the Salt Flats? I thought it was the Salt Flats.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere that gets like stupid. Just Google it, dude, and
Is
you
it
can find
in
it.
the
I'd be down to go
continent of
there.
the United States?
Yes,
So
it's
you'd
in
be
the
down
US.
to go there?
You can go there. Yeah.
All right, you heard it first. We're going to end with that. Admiral said that we will be going to Death Valley. That will be.
I think it's in Death
episode.
Valley.
that's where it
I
is.
think
I'd still be down to go, or we can go, wherever it is. But
wherever. It's the moving rocks. I'm pretty sure it's in the
moving,
U.S.
moving
I'm
rocks.
down to do it if you guys are down to do it.
Yeah.
I would definitely.
But I got a
plan
theory
date.
of how they move.
Well, let's explain it next time.
Let me
Cliffhanger. Dun 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 dun.
Come on, let me explain right now.
Might as well. if
Let
you
me. I'll forget next time. So here's my theory. At night, air condenses because it gets cold in the desert. Right, it goes below freezing. Air condenses underneath the rocks and freezes. So it's kind of like mini potholes, right? So air condenses under the rocks.
But why do they
freezes-
go? Why do they continue in the same direction?
No, it's always different. Like they're
No,
walking
they
around.
go in like straight lines.
Some
dude.
do. Some like walk. Some
Nah,
zigzag.
dude. Now you're changing your story.
But let me explain. So the rock freezes underneath the rock, creates like a layer of ice, and then the next day it melts, slowly moving the rock, kind of like a glacier's moving, and just slowly moves the rock over and over. Nobody ever sees the rocks moving, but they move. Like you could see where they've carved the paths out.
'Cause
We'll
it's
Google it
slowly-
after this
it's
and we'll look
slowly.
at them.
I like that. You can stick that in your pipe and smoke it. If not, you can enter your own comment and say whatever the fuck you want. But I would
Can't
like to check
people
it.
comment on SoundCloud?
You can comment. Yeah, you can comment on SoundCloud. You can like, comment, subscribe on iTunes. You can subscribe in Google Play. You can subscribe on
Oh shit!
Stitcher. Pretty much trying to make it as most convenient as possible for anyone.
Can I put my
to
clothes
enjoy.
back on now?
Definitely, you can put your clothes back on,
God damn, I was waiting all fucking day.
just so we can have the surprise for later. But yeah, as always, you can find us, I guess, in any of those places: iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you want to, whatever's convenient. You can also go to brickanderson.com, go to the band Beard Oil. There's the Lost Minds tab too. You can find all the new Lost Minds stuff going on, Instagram, Twitter. But there's band Beard Oil. You can put the Lost Minds code, save yourself some cash. Enjoy some fresh beard oil.
Freshen up your face, motherfuckers.
Shameless plug. Yeah, I guess. Final words.
Peace out, bitches.
See you guys.
Cool.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that mean.
Captain, the ship's being destroyed. You've probably noticed. The ship's 95% done.
It's hard to notice. The only thing I can notice is that delicious beard.
Thank you, Captain. I've been using past beard oils from planet Earth.
Great Scott. Bath beard oils, you say?
Banff.
Where can I get these?
At brickerson.com with a 25% discount at the end of the podcast.
How do I get this 25% off?
You gotta listen to the end of the podcast, or you can just scroll to the end of the podcast and don't listen to the last 5 minutes, but then you'd be missing out on a lot of cool shit.
Roger that.
I'll be sending you the broadcast as well.